Stakeholder Management is a knowledge area defined in PMI's PMBOK 7th edition. In this session, we will understand what stakeholder management is all about. Agenda for this session. We will cover what project stakeholder management is, an overview of stakeholder management, the processes involved in stakeholder management, understanding stakeholders. When we talk about stakeholders, we need to understand their dynamics. Who qualifies as a stakeholder in a project? Why is it important to engage with them? What actions should be taken regarding stakeholders? It is essential to consider this carefully because some stakeholders are key decision makers who can significantly influence the project's success or failure. Some may not be directly involved but could still create challenges. Others may be impacted by the project in some way. Every project will have different types of stakeholders with varied relationships and alignments. That is why understanding project stakeholder management is crucial. Why manage stakeholders? The PMI's PMBOK defines project stakeholder management as identifying stakeholders, including people, groups, or organizations that may impact, be impacted, influence, or be influenced by the project. Analyzing their expectations and determining how their involvement affects the project. Developing appropriate strategies to effectively engage with stakeholders. The goal of stakeholder management. Effective stakeholder engagement should benefit the project, not hinder its objectives. It should align with and support the project's goals. Project stakeholder management is a critical knowledge area. In project management, communication is the key. A project manager spends around 90% of their time on communication. This highlights the importance of understanding stakeholders, their influence, and their impact on the project. Managing stakeholders effectively ensures smoother project execution and better outcomes. Stakeholder management overview. Stakeholder management involves understanding various trends and emerging practices related to working with stakeholders. As a project manager, one of the key responsibilities is identifying all stakeholders. This includes everyone involved in the project, both internal and external. External stakeholders may not be directly involved in the project but can still have an impact. It is crucial to identify all these stakeholders. Next, all team members should participate in stakeholder engagement activities at different levels and in various capacities. Regularly reviewing the stakeholder community, along with the changing dynamics and interactions, is essential. Consulting and engaging with stakeholders is a fundamental part of this process. It is also important to assess the value created through stakeholder engagement. Ask yourself, have we truly created value that stakeholders expect? If the stakeholder is a customer, what kind of value matters to them? If it's a team member, how do the dynamics change? If it's a competitor, supplier, or business partner, how does their role affect the project? Even family members of team members can be stakeholders. How does that influence the project? A project manager should engage directly with some stakeholders, while for others, team members may take the lead. In some cases, no direct involvement is necessary from the project team. Understanding who the stakeholders are, how they impact the project, how they are influenced by the project, the level of influence they have, their proximity to the project, is critical for effective stakeholder management. Stakeholder engagement and tailoring considerations. To ensure proper engagement, stakeholder diversity must be considered. Every stakeholder has a different background, level of authority, and ability to influence the project. Recognizing this diversity is essential. It is sensitive and cannot be ignored. Another important factor is the complexity of stakeholder relationships. Stakeholder interactions involve intellectual and emotional aspects, which can shift frequently. These changes may not always be visible, so a project manager must remain aware and adaptable. Even with a well-defined engagement plan, interpersonal skills are necessary for effective communication. When delivering information, the message should be tailored to suit the stakeholder and the context. Sensitivity to the situation and relationship dynamics is crucial in managing stakeholder interactions effectively. Various communication technologies are used by businesses today, and they play an important role in project management and the project environment. A communication channel, which is the technology used for communication, can sometimes create noise. This noise can come from different sources, including the choice of words and vocabulary. The words we use can carry different meanings for different stakeholders. For example, when I prepare a report and review it with a sponsor, I use a specific template and structure the content in a certain way. However, when I conduct the same review with my team members as a project manager, the content and template will be different. The way the message is conveyed also changes. This means that the language used must be adapted, the technology platforms chosen should be appropriate, and the communication channels should be selected carefully. Understanding these variations is crucial to ensuring effective stakeholder communication. Stakeholder management process. Stakeholder management involves 4 key processes. Identify stakeholders. This is part of the initiating process group. Plan stakeholder engagement. This belongs to the planning process group. Manage stakeholder engagement. This is included in the executing process group. Monitor stakeholder engagement. This is part of the monitoring and controlling process group. All these processes are essential for successful stakeholder management. If you observe closely, the Identify Stakeholders process is the only one in the initiating process group, apart from integration management. In the entire PMP knowledge area, there are only 2 processes within the initiating process group, one in integration management and the other in stakeholder management. When you visualize the project life cycle, identifying stakeholders happens immediately after developing the project charter. The first responsibility of a project manager is to identify stakeholders, meet with them, create a stakeholder register, and document their details. This is the first process in stakeholder management and the only knowledge area, other than integration management, that includes a process in the initiating process group. Let's take a look at the first process, Identify Stakeholders. So identifying stakeholders is a process in the initiating process group. As I mentioned, it focuses on identifying all the project stakeholders, not just once, but regularly, throughout the project life cycle. It also involves documenting the relevant information needed to understand each stakeholder. This includes their interests, involvement requirements, interdependencies, and their ability to influence the project. It's important to understand how a stakeholder is either impacted by or has an impact on the project. Remember, identifying stakeholders is not a one-time task. Stakeholders are regularly identified and analyzed throughout the project life cycle. Stakeholders can change as the project evolves. For example, you might onboard a new supplier, which introduces a new stakeholder. A team member might join, resign, or move within the team. Even within the customer's organization, there could be changes in the point of contact. These changes happen for various reasons, and it's essential to keep track of them. Regularly identifying stakeholders and updating the stakeholder register is crucial to staying aligned with the project's needs. So identifying stakeholders is an ongoing process throughout the entire project life cycle. It doesn't happen just once. Now, let's look at the inputs to this process. These include project charter, business documents, project management plan, project documents, agreements, enterprise environmental factors, EF, organizational process assets, OPA. The project charter is important because it's part of the initiating process group and helps define the stakeholders involved. It often identifies the primary stakeholders. If there are any available project documents, like change logs or requirements documentation, these will also help in identifying stakeholders. The project management plan gives a clear overview of the project and how it's supposed to progress, which can help in understanding who the relevant stakeholders are. Agreements help establish communication with specific stakeholders. Lastly, EF and OPA help to understand the environment and provide references that guide the process of identifying stakeholders. Moving on to the tools used during stakeholder identification, these include expert judgment, data gathering, data analysis, data representation, meetings. And finally, the outputs of this process are stakeholder register. This captures all the details of identified stakeholders, including their position, authority, ability to influence, and how close they are to the project. Change request. If any new stakeholders need to be added or some need to be removed, a change request is created for the stakeholder register. Project management plan updates. These updates reflect any changes or adjustments in the project's plan due to stakeholder identification. Project document updates. Any updates to documents related to stakeholders will also be made. By regularly updating the stakeholder register, we can ensure that we are staying aligned with the evolving dynamics of the project and its stakeholders. The next process is planned stakeholder engagement. This is the process that outlines all the approaches involved in engaging with stakeholders, understanding their needs, expectations, interests, and the potential impact they may have on the project. It's a part of the planning process group. In this process, various approaches are developed to involve stakeholders based on their needs, interests, expectations, and the influence they have on the project. This process is carried out periodically throughout the project life cycle. And whenever a new stakeholder is identified, you must ask, how am I going to engage with this particular stakeholder? The tools and techniques involved include several strategies, as I mentioned earlier. When stakeholders and people are involved, it's essential to have an appropriate engagement plan. So, while defining this plan, you need to consider a few things, such as, who is the stakeholder? The inputs for this process include the project charter, project management plan, and various project documents like the assumptions log, change log, issue log, project schedule, risk register, and the stakeholder register. Now, here's an important point to note. Many times, when I conduct training, especially in stakeholder management, I get asked a question about this process being part of the planning group. People wonder how the assumptions log, change log, and issue log, which project managers refer to throughout the project life cycle, come into play here. The key is to understand that this process, just like the identify stakeholders process, doesn't happen just once in the project. These are ongoing activities. As the project progresses and stakeholders change, you need to update the stakeholder register. As you update the register, it's also essential to revise the engagement plan. This is a continuous exercise throughout the project life cycle. Even near the end of the project, you might still need to engage with new stakeholders. Other inputs to consider include agreements, enterprise environmental factors, EF, and organizational process assets, OPA. Now, let's talk about the tools and techniques used in this process. These include expert judgment, data gathering, data analysis, decision-making, data representation, and meetings. The output of this process is the stakeholder engagement plan. This plan outlines the following: who the stakeholders are, their expectations, engagement requirements, when and why you should meet with them, the objectives of engaging with them, what transactions or actions should occur, how frequently and regularly these engagements should happen. All of these details are critical and must be addressed in the stakeholder engagement plan. The next process in the executing process group is manage stakeholder engagement. This process involves communicating and collaborating with stakeholders to ensure their expectations are met. Any issues that arise during the project life cycle need to be addressed and resolved. Stakeholders should be involved in a way that supports the organization's goals and helps achieve the project's objectives. This creates a complementary engagement with the stakeholders. To establish effective communication and maintain positive relationships, several steps are taken. Alongside addressing their concerns and issues, proper stakeholder involvement is fostered. This process continues throughout the entire project life cycle. By doing so, the project manager ensures that there is increased support from stakeholders. It's important to note that when we identify stakeholders and plan their engagement, we must ensure that this engagement happens as planned. For example, consider a stakeholder who has both high authority and a strong interest in the project. This stakeholder is likely a decision maker with the power to influence the project. We cannot ignore such stakeholders. It is crucial to engage with them closely, providing regular updates and reviews. On the other hand, some stakeholders may be unaware of the project. In this case, their active involvement may be necessary, but they may not know about the project yet. To engage them, you may need to push or pull them into the process. Whatever approach you take, it is important to use interpersonal and team skills to raise awareness and get them involved. Different stakeholders may be at different stages of engagement. They might be unaware, resistant, neutral, supportive, or even leading. The goal is to identify where they are and determine where they need to be. The engagement process helps move them from their current state to the desired one. For instance, a team member should not be in a resistant or unaware state. They need to be supportive, actively doing their job, not just neutral. Understanding these dynamics is crucial when managing stakeholder engagement. Each stakeholder's current state of engagement must be carefully assessed to ensure the project's success. The inputs to this process involve the project management plan, which includes the communication management plan, risk management plan, stakeholder management plan, and change management plan. Additionally, project documents such as change logs, issue logs, lessons learned register, stakeholder register, enterprise environmental factors, EF, and organizational process assets, OPA, are also part of the inputs. Now, culture plays a very important role when it comes to stakeholders within an organization. The way people, stakeholders, engage with each other, how they conduct themselves, how they communicate, and how they treat one another all play a significant role. As a project manager, being sensitive to this is essential. You may need to influence this culture to ensure that it aligns with what is required for the success of a specific project. You can't just overlook the culture, influencing it may be necessary. The tools used for this process include expert judgment, communication skills, interpersonal team skills, ground rules for certain transactions, and meetings. The outputs include change requests, updates to the project management plan, and updates to project documents. Next, let's talk about the process of monitoring stakeholder engagement. This is part of the monitoring and controlling process group. It involves monitoring the relationship with project stakeholders and tailoring strategies to engage them. This is done by modifying engagement strategies and plans as needed. Throughout the project life cycle, the relationship with project stakeholders is continuously monitored, and various strategies are tailored to ensure that stakeholders are engaged effectively. This helps improve the efficiency and effectiveness of the engagement activities, which is critical for the project's success. Active involvement of stakeholders is essential because decision-makers and other stakeholders are performing important activities in the project. Their engagement is crucial, especially for those who need to be involved directly. It is important to understand this and define an engagement plan to ensure objectives are met. The inputs to this process include the project management plan, which involves the resource management plan, communication management plan, stakeholder management plan, and project documents such as issue logs, lessons learned register, project communications, risk register, stakeholder register, work performance data, EF, and OPA. The tools used for this process include data analysis, communication skills, decision-making, data representation, ground rules, and meetings. The outputs of this process include work performance information and change requests if there are any deviations in how the engagement happened or how the objectives were accomplished. Now, let's talk about change requests in stakeholder engagement. If you look closely, Earlier in other knowledge areas, when we talked about change requests, we usually referred to adding, removing, or modifying something. But in this case, raising a change request also involves an approach. I have defined one approach, but the approach with which I am required to work must also be updated. This dynamic is specific to stakeholder engagement. Additionally, the project management plan updates and project document updates are outputs for monitoring stakeholder engagement. So that's an overview of the stakeholder management knowledge area as defined in PMIS PMP, which is part of the PMBOK. I believe this gives you some insight into stakeholder engagement. However, in real time, it's much more than what's explained here. It requires a lot of sensitivity, involvement, and an understanding of the dynamics of the environment. I hope this provides you with valuable insights to better understand what stakeholder management is all about.